This is a quick and easy venison recipe with venison flank, that abdominal muscle that very often gets thrown away. And I'm guessing that when Winchester started about 150 years ago, the way they cooked venison didn't look anything like this, except for the cast iron skillet. So I've got a warm cast iron skillet, a little bit of olive oil, and some butter. And the olive oil will increase the burning point so that I don't burn up my venison flank. The olive oil will give it a higher burning point, and the butter is going to give it flavor. This venison flank, as you can see, is very, very lean. It's also really good. If you pound these guys out, you can stuff asparagus and cheese and that kind of stuff. The grain runs this way, so before I would serve this to anyone, I'm going to cut it across the grain that way. As soon as this butter's hot, I'm going to add it to the pan, but let me first season it. I'm using High Mountain Canadian Moose seasoning, which works great on any kind of antlered game. Into the skillet. This is going to go quickly. This is a thin piece of meat. If I take this same piece of meat and I cook it too long, it's going to be tough and nasty tasting. If you get a good sear on the outside of your flank steak, it's going to taste better than if you had boiled meat. And let me tell you, all over the country, at one time or another, I've had people tell me that they boil their deer steaks. If you boil your deer steaks, well, that's just not right. That's wrong to boil your deer steaks. And I've had people say, after I boil my deer steaks, what do I do with them? Well, they're best used for a doorstop at that particular point. Some fresh garlic. I didn't want to add that early on because I didn't want to burn it up. I've got some game stock. This is stock that I made from venison bones. And that's going to give it, you can see how gelatinous that is. That's the marrow of those venison bones coming out. That's going to add some great flavor. I don't waste any part of the animal. Here's some fresh basil. A little blue cheese. Some tomato. And some just picked Dungeness crab meat. I'm going to set that right on top. So we've got Dungeness crab, blue cheese, tomato, basil, and game stock. This recipe you can make with any cut of venison, provided, of course, that you don't overcook it.